In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way that you can add CarPlay and Android Auto to your car. So here it is, the smart navigation system. This is from a brand called Akamate. And what this is a portable navigation system that has Apple CarPlay. It has touchscreen capability, Bluetooth, FM transmitting, USB media, phone link as well. So let's take a look and see what's inside the box. And here is the device by itself, and gives you a little safety warning, and then there's a little screen cover right here that we're going to remove a little bit later. But actually, look in the back, this is where the speakers are. And you might not be able to tell in this video, but this is pretty light. It's not too heavy, so I'm kind of surprised. So it's definitely a lot lighter. This is a 7-inch screen. And then these are the controls right here. Here's a little microphone. Comes with a auxiliary cable. This is the steering wheel control, which you can actually attach it to your steering wheel. Here is the power cable. This goes to the 12-volt connector on your car, and also includes 2 additional USB ports. That's pretty good. And this is the suction mount base, and then here's your suction cup mount as well. And then we have a cable for a backup camera. So it does not include a backup camera. You'll have to get that separately, but it does include the cable if you do want to install a backup camera. Also comes with this nice little adhesive cable clip, and then the sunshade for the device. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take it to my car and we're gonna try it out. All right, so here I am in my car. I have the unit placed kind of near my dashboard. Now it does come with this, again, dashboard mount right here, and you're supposed to place it right here somewhere on your dashboard. But for me, I did something a little bit different. I actually bought like a tablet car mount, and surprisingly it does work with it. But the tablet car mount that I'm using, it's not specifically designed for these type of units. Although it holds it, you know, it works, but it's a little bit awkward sometimes. It's definitely a little bit shaky at times when I'm driving a car, but it still holds. Hey everyone, I want to give a little update on the video. And in the video, I was using a tablet car mount that actually fits in my CD slot. I actually changed it recently because I wanted something a little bit more sturdier. As I was driving more with that, I noticed that it does vibrate a little bit more than I'm used to. I mean, I was able to hold this unit right here, but the problem is it just shakes a lot. So what I did was I bought a CD slot holder, but this time this is a magnetic one. And all I did was I just placed a magnetic plate right here behind the unit in between the 2 speakers. And all I did was I attached the middle part to the magnetic part. And for the most part, this holds a lot much better. I'm not seeing a lot of vibration or shaking, less shakiness, but it's been working a lot better for me. So I went with this route, and I was able to use my sunshade screen for this unit right here. So I like the setup a little bit better than what I did before. And for this middle plate right here, I actually super glued it instead of using the adhesive tape that came with it. But overall, I like this setup much better. So I have the power plugged in, and I plugged in using the 12-volt connector in my car. And now let's see how long does it take for it to start up. So we're basically what we're testing is how long does it take for it to boot up every time you start your car. So let's take a look. So here we go. You get that nice little startup screen. There you go. So very close to 20 seconds. So this is the main screen before you even have set up Apple CarPlay or even Android Auto. So you'll be able to access a few things. So there's the FM transmitter that you could use instead of the aux cable. You can plug in a USB flash drive to play other type of media, an SD card as well. You even have the ability to do Airplay. You can also just use this as a Bluetooth unit to pick up your phone calls or even play back music. There's a setup, there's the EQ button, and you can also set a different wallpaper. And with your setup, you get all the system settings. You can set up the phone length, video settings, EQ settings. You can also set the time settings. But again, this unit supports Apple CarPlay wireless and Android Auto wireless as well. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna check out CarPlay and also Android Auto. All right, so here's how you pair up your iPhone to this unit so that you can use CarPlay. So on your iPhone, you just go to your Bluetooth and you're gonna look for the device. It's gonna take a few seconds or maybe a couple of tries for it to actually show up. There you go, it shows up as CarBT, and you're just gonna press on that unit right there. There we go, and we just pair it. And they'll ask you if you want to use the contacts and favorite syncs, and I'm just gonna hit allow. And now it's connected. I did notice that after testing this unit a couple times, I had to do a lot of pairing to this unit. I had to kind of just turn it off, restart it back again, and then that way that change will kick. But the first time you pair this, you might have to go through this, but after that, once you start up the unit again, it's flawless. It's able to just connect automatically. And I'm hoping this is the case. Again, it took a while to kind of pair it up and set it up. But once you get through that, you'll be able to see your CarPlay menu. So in the initial testing, when I first paired my phone to the CarPlay unit right here, it did had some problems connecting it to my phone and then initiating CarPlay. Now, having used this device for a little bit longer, I now notice that when I plug it in and start it up, the connection does get established, so it doesn't take that much longer. And we're gonna try that out right now. So I'm gonna just power up the unit. Unit is starting up now. There's the main menu. And there is CarPlay. So you get to do pretty much all the things that you get to do using Apple CarPlay. So for example, I could even use Google Maps and I could search for something if I want to. So, I could type in like the latest gas station, do a split screen, showing the location where I am, and just a lot of things you could do. So for the most part, it's been very responsive. So I'm gonna do a little voice search. Give me directions to the nearest Starbucks. And there it is. And then I could just tap on start route. You can listen to podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely. So
podcast works.
Jump into,
and I could customize it to the way that I like it. So the wallpaper, I could change it to something else. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use Android Auto, and we're gonna connect my Android phone to this unit. I'm gonna go through the same process again. Go to Bluetooth, pair a new device. Okay, I'm gonna allow it to pair. There you go. Look at that. Looks like it's accessing Android Auto. Takes a while to just boot in. Should be up pretty soon. There we go. And there's my Android Auto version of this. And I can just go to the home screen. And there it is. I have Android Auto I can't really test the Google Maps at the moment. I don't have data on my phone, but saying it does work. I'm using my home Wi-Fi, so pretty good. So that is Android Auto, and again, it's all wireless, no wires whatsoever. So you also have the ability to use Airplay. Now on your phone, you also have to make sure to connect the Wi-Fi to this unit. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna show up like something like car BT something, and you just basically pair it with its Wi-Fi connection. It also gives you the instructions on how to do it as well. So once I have it paired up, what I'm gonna do is screen mirror, see what happens. And here you go. There is my screen after doing the Airplay. Now, this feature is kind of a little buggy. It took me a while to actually get it to do Airplay. But once it does work, I mean, the connection, barely any lag, maybe some lag when I play video. So I'm just gonna go to YouTube. See, I'm just gonna find a video.
In this video, I'm going to be testing out the data speeds from visible.
And then I just have to, if I want to go full screen, I just go full screen on my phone and it'll automatically kind of show you that way as well. But you can play YouTube on this. Again, took me a while to actually get the Airplay to work. So it's not exactly a feature I don't think I'll be using often, because given it how buggy it is. And the reason why it's buggy is after I do the Airplay, for some reason I just can't go back to Carplay. So the fix for me is always to just forget the network, and then just go back to Bluetooth and connect to Carplay again. And then it works. So now let's also plug in a USB flash drive and see what kind of media we can play. So here's a MP4. Here's a MOV. It goes by different categories. So this is video. You want music. Yeah, there you go. Now, one thing you want to do is, if you are going to use a USB flash drive, I tried different formats like NTFS, HFS, and none of those formats work. The only format that works is FAT32. So make sure you format your flash drive into FAT32, so that way this unit can play your files. Now, the one thing I did notice with this is that the screen, there is a slight delay in terms of like swipe gestures or even scrolling down to your playlist, which could be at times a little bit annoying, but could be at times very annoying, but you know, it's something you just have to kind of live through, because you know, this is a very cheap unit. And the one thing I want to show you is just the scrolling part of this. Now, I'm sorry for the glare. So it's pretty easy to go through, but then when you're using the touchscreen to scroll through, you can see there's like a little slight delay in that. So if you have a lot of playlists, this is something that could be a little bit of annoying when you're trying to scroll through the playlist. So right now, I don't have the aux plugged in to my car, because I want to test out the speakers that are built in this unit. So here's what it sounds like using the built-in speakers. It's okay. It's not too bad. But it definitely, you're going to hear that kind of weird, you know, very low quality, muffy sound to it using the built-in speaker. I'm going to plug in the aux cable now. All right, so now I have the aux cable plugged in, and let's play it back. Now, it sounds much better. And here's the FM transmitter. All you do is just select a frequency. Then you want to just pair it up with your radio. So I found the best frequency I can that has the least interference. And this is what it sounds like. So it sounds just okay if you don't have any interference with the frequency that you have selected, but that is using the FM transmitter. And here is the steering wheel control again. You can place it somewhere right here in your steering wheel. And again, here is the call button, the hang up button, the skip forward, go back to the song, and this is where you can increase the volume or lower the volume. And the one thing I don't like about this steering wheel control is that depending how you drive, you know, let's say you're turning the wheel and you might accidentally hit the volume control button. So it happened to me a couple times. So it really depends where you place the steering wheel control. So you might accidentally hit it when you are driving. So next up, I'm going to try using the voice command. I'm actually going to use Siri and see how well it does with this unit right here. Hey Siri, can you find me the closest Starbucks?
One possibility is Starbucks on South, less than a mile to your east, and it gets 3 stars on Yelp. Want to try that one?
Yes.
Great. I can call that location or get directions. Which would you like?
Get directions.
Getting directions to Starbucks. Starting route to Starbucks.
So voice commands do work. I was able to use the steering wheel control using this middle button right here. And I did have to project a little bit in order for Siri to understand what I wanted to do. But it does work. Now let's try making a phone call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call one of my phone lines and I'm just going to leave a voicemail. And then I am going to put the voicemail, play back the voicemail in this video to see what it sounds like. See how well this microphone performs. Testing. This is a test of the microphone from this Carplay units. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. This is a test of the microphone from Carplay units. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So what if you're driving nighttime? What if this display is just too bright? Well, you just press on the brightness button right here and you can dim it down. Still a little bit bright, but not too bright, but definitely helps when you're driving at night. You don't want that screen to be too bright. So here are the pros. It's easy to install. It supports wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. It's affordable. It's very portable. And it even has the option for you to add a rear backup camera. And here are the cons for me. So one is the display. It's a decent display, but it's not like a high quality display, so you'll definitely notice it. Second one is the slow startup time. Also, the touchscreen lag. And also the AirPlay function is a little bit buggy. And at times, the unit does feel a little bit warm after a long time usage. I have not experienced any overheating, but it does get warm. Overall, I do like this unit. Even though it has some flaws, it's what I've been looking for, and it's an easy way for me to have wireless CarPlay. What are your thoughts on this unit? Do you have something similar? Leave your comments below. And if you do want to get this unit, I'll leave my Amazon affiliate link in the description. The affiliate links are commissioned, so if you do make a purchase using that link, I do get a small commission. If you're looking for a way to save some money on your cell phone plans, you can check out my reviews on some of my MVNOs and prepaid carriers right here.